There we are. All right, everybody. I will see you soon. Oh. The first words do give the medium a chance to step away. And it is the first words that he waits for, just for his own confirmation. And now he can finally let go. Well, today we will continue with our discussion regarding what you could call the mystical viewpoints of the disciples. Of course, the reference through to the disciples is rather limited. It is very much more about the qualities within you that you'll discover or express as you walk your spiritual path. There are no qualities that I will mention, and the others, of course, that you do not already possess. They are within you. At times, of course, they will be more prevalent than another, and at times you will use one quality more than another. The need for strength, of course, is important at times, but the need for gratitude may be important more often. Now, you should allow these to flourish within you. At times, it may feel like it's just not the right time to be grateful. But that, of course, means that it is exactly the right time to be grateful. Now, we will continue the talk in a moment with two disciples of James and Thaddeus. But news about those in a moment. I believe that over time we have gathered a list of some names that require healing. So may I have those names first, please?
Yes, I apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce any names. Teresa Neal, Barbara Rains, Lita Hernandez, Yanni Castro, Louise R., Ortiz Castro, Jane Leeming, Helen Pereira, Charlotte Burridge, Carl Burringe, Sanja, Pia, Ayla, Haley, Jana, Janet, Mats, Rebecca, Mia, Thomas, Pekka, Bia, Kim, Anders, Thomas, Donna, Mark, Lorianne, Rosa, Coulter, Asha, Melada and Tim, Kelsey, Mark, Sandra, Nancy, Larry, Jill, Isaac, Liz, Joe, Angie, Jason, Ben, Emily, Yadi, Fiona, Susan, and finally Walter.
Hmm. Hmm. What an array of different people they are. And by listing the names, they are placed within the heart of spirit. And from that position, the healing will flow to them. To each person. Those mentioned will not get any more or any less than any other on that list. but rather they will all receive the warmth and connection of spirit. They will all be held and comforted and given signs of gentle connection. Some will be worked on through their bodies and others through their minds. Their emotional state or their pains that they possess in many different ways. Will gently soften. If they can but spend a little time accepting, the energy will do the work at a deeper level. So during this talk that will begin in a moment, as a way of demonstration, Yadi, I will work with your neck, and this will continue during the talk. All others will receive their connection at the same time. Now there will be two communicators today. I will take care of the first part of this talk and another for the second. Now my discussion will be on James, the son of Alphaeus. Now the quality here is one of discernment. Now discernment, I mean in a mystical way. The discernment is seeing the truth. When you are confronted with a physical being, by seeing what is the truth of that being and not the falseness, the false face, the false image, the false beliefs, by seeing the true quality. When confronted with problems, then it is seeing the basis of it all, the spiritual nature. If you prefer, the consciousness that sits at the big ground of all being, the consciousness through which all is created. The spirit deciding what it wants and the consciousness creating all that is seen. The two are often confused as being one and the same, but this is not necessarily so. So when you look at another, can you see their truth? Can you see the spirit that exists there? If you wish, can you see the consciousness that is there? Now, the consciousness is always there. The spirit is always there. When you look at somebody troubled or doing things they should not do, then can you see the truth behind it? So if you like, this is true clairvoyance. I do not mean clairvoyance in the point of what you would connect with mediumship or the seance room. Rather clairvoyance of seeing the essence of the person. The essence of the person is the truth, their truth. It is often asked, where am I in my development? Where am I in the progression of my life or through my walk towards enlightenment? Am I exactly where I am supposed to be, or have I wandered off into the dark? Am I progressing? Am I a true expression, my purpose? Am I on it or not? Well, let me explain all of those phrases in one way. The consciousness has created a series of events in your life. Your consciousness has created your life. You cannot be anywhere other than where your consciousness is. Think about it. Go to a place where your consciousness isn't. So as a result of that, then you can only be where you have created to be. So you can only ever be on your path. It is whether you recognize it as your path and from where you view it is important once more. I say this phrase also often. It is not what you see, it is where you see it from. That is important. Do you see the events of your life from your physical eyes or from your spiritual eyes? If you see it from your physical eyes, then you are confused on your purpose, confused in your direction, confused about should I be here or there? Should I have progressed further? This is the voice of the ego. The ego saying, I am here and I should be there. The voice of spirit says, I am here. And eventually I am. So you judge yourself when you use your physical eyes. You say, I cannot progress. I am not progressing. What the truth is, you are associating yourself with the physical world and not the spiritual world. When you are in or accept the spiritual world and stand and view from that position, then what you see is perfect. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to change. I am on my path. I cannot be anywhere else. The path is just here. And as has been said before, as that depth of your consciousness is access. The greater depth is access. There is more stillness and less effort. Till you reach the point where you are not doing anything, but the life in front of you is playing out. But that takes a rather big step in thought to accept what I have just said. But if you can come to the peace, the stillness of consciousness, even if it is just within your heart and not within your whole being, then the stillness of being means you'll accept life just to flow the way it is meant to flow. And with truth and discernment and true honesty, then you'll come to know that all that you see is no more than a thought. The creation is a thought. But again, this is a topic which takes some thought to discover the thought. So let's lighten this a little. When you see your partner or your child or another member of your family, and when there's love in your heart, whatever they do, you will still love them. You may not like their behavior and disagree with them, but you will still love them. No matter of the extreme of their action, you will still love them. As I said, you may disagree with their actions. Look at your partner, your child, your family member, your friend. The act of love is the bringing back into unity, making two become one. When you fall in true love, what that person does makes no difference. If that person was to become disfigured, it makes no difference. If that person was to move to the other side of the world, it makes no difference to your love. And this is because you are not seeing the body. You are not seeing the actions. You are purely seeing and connecting to the spirit of that person. Spend enough time with any person, and eventually the love will wake up. Even if they are the most difficult of personalities, eventually you will see the spirit of the person there. And the love will be there. You would all say to me, I want more love in my life. I want to discover this love that you talk about. I want to love more, to be in love, to not feel so lonely or separate. to feel I have all that I need. Well, this comes through the act of discernment. Seeing the spirit that's there. If you are but to not judge, the spirit becomes visible. If you are but to serve and to help the other, then the God becomes visible. Often those who seek the most control in relationships are the unhappiest in the relationship. The one that serves the other is the happiest. Now, this is not done out of a need to be a slave, but is done willingly. Let me do that for you. Think about it. The times when you have done things for your partner or your child. Has it not given you happiness as well as them? Isn't every parent, particularly in the child's early days, a slave to that child? Does not the older generation pull away from their parents and then seem to lose the connection, only to return, to refine the connection? Does not the person on his deathbed realize that it is love that is important? And is that love not the connection to the spirit of self and other? Think of your cat or your dog. Is there love? Do you serve your cat, your dog? Do you see the spirit there? Do you look into their eyes and see the depth of their quality? When there is no connection, it is because you haven't looked deep enough. That person, that animal, is also on their path. And it may mean they perform badly on their path. But their truth is still there. The spirit is still there, watching, adding life, and allowing the qualities to shine through in accordance to what is required. If you would like more love in your life, look for the Spirit. Has been said before, is spirit not love? Is love not spirit? Find the spirit in the other and you will find love. It has to be there. Those on your mediumship journey allowing the Spirit to come through you, to express, to give evidence. When the connection is made and the evidence is provided and the facts or figures are given, there has to be love there. Even with the most difficult personality that comes as a spirit to the medium, that spirit expresses the personality that was. Even if there was no love in that previous life, it will express that way so you understand it, but will come with love then. If there's not love in your heart or a movement in your heart, then your mediumship is not full, is not complete. There is more surrender to be had. Can you see this now in another? Look and see the Spirit in another. And this is the message of James, son of Alphaeus. I withdraw and allow another. The quality of disciple number 10, Thaddeus, is the one of praise. And you think to say, why is praise such a quality mentioned at this level? Why do I seek praise? Why should I chase or give praise to another? But this praise I talk about is gratitude. If you do not have gratitude, if you could not release the gratitude within your heart into the world, then what you are given will be limited. When you walk your streets, all of what is created has been given to you. for you to observe and to watch, and you create your individual viewpoint of it. In Buddhism, they say a human life has been earned and should be accepted as a gift. Otherwise, next time you become a mosquito. If you just accept what you see as this gift, then you will see that again there must be love in your heart. So James and Thaddeus are very closely connected. Gratitude will see and change the desert flower into a rose. It will mean that your heart has to be opened. You cannot be grateful with a closed heart. And if your heart is open, then you will find that there is more love in your life, of course. If you could but say thank you for the life that you have been given to witness and to watch and to have some influence on, then, of course, you will release more love into the world. You must think at times that often we talk about love and say love is here and love is there and love can be given and taken and used and given freely. But it is the love that pulls everybody into togetherness. It has been said by others that the sign of working with spirit is drawing together, unity. The sign of working with ego is one of pulling apart, of separation. Ego divides, spirit unites. Tell me, what would not unite two people more than love and gratitude? What would separate people more than anger and fear? The lights that you have been given are for you, but for also another. And in many cases, for many others. But are sharing around. And of course, it is this gratitude but you mean that you will give. Whatever you are grateful for, you will give away. To the point that you may actually give away the very item you are grateful for and realize that gratitude still exists. Mm. And you look at your dog and your cat and just be happy they are there. And you look at your child and not be happy they are there. Only if you work with your ego, your desire to chase individuality, to chase specialness. This is why light workers are always pulling people together until the ego interferes and one becomes, in their eyes, more special than another. But it has been described to you in other talks. There is just one consciousness. There is not 6 billion consciousness. There is one. The same consciousness looks through each eye. Remember, when the eye is one, the spirit, the body is full of light. So look for similarity with people and be grateful where you are. Give praise to your creator. And then, with time, when you have negativity in your life, you may also see this as a blessing. And you may see this as your foundation for your new beginning. Remember also, every change comes bearing a gift. It is whether you will unpack that gift or not, or push it away. So there are people listening here. They are listening and they are holding on to past beliefs and habits. Be free of these things. A closed mind needs to become an open mind for new information to flow. A closed heart needs to become an open heart for more love to flow in. Nothing will open your heart more than gratitude. Praise, if you wish to call it that. And then, as you praise or are grateful for more and more things, more and more will be given to you. Let me explain. When you give gratitude, your heart opens. When your heart opens, there is more love. When there is love, more things are attracted to love. When there is love, more people are attracted to you. When there is love, there is spirit. When there is more love, there is more spiritual gifts. When there is more spiritual gifts, there is more spiritual manifestation. And you are given. This is how marketing for spirit works. If your heart is open and there is more love flowing through, there is more spirit, and we will give you more. You are like a magnet. More people come, more love come, more hope, more joy, more gifts, more possibility. When you say thank you, more comes again. And when you say thank you, then all of a sudden nothing is required. So when you wish to create something, create it with an open heart. Create it with love in your heart. Create it with the desire of it not being for you. And you will see that it flows very naturally. Be careful of those people teaching you who wish to hold on to you, who do not wish to set you free. And those which help you the most are the ones you will always be drawn back to, because they always have a place in your heart. So in a talk, another talk, the suggestion was made to meditate like Jesus meditated. And you'll say to me, how did Jesus meditate? Did he meditate? Well, the answer is he meditated by losing himself in the love. Think about how that would feel for you. If you could lose yourself in the quality of love. You would find it very difficult to limit it to just a few minutes. You would want to be there forever. This is why spirit lasts eternity, not just few years. The teaching of Jesus was all about love. And that is spoken by an old Tibetan monk. Maybe there is a connection there. So I say just briefly, the quality of the disciples that he has, a mystical quality, says it all begins with gratitude. There is no reason not to be grateful. Maybe you can feel the love now. And know that you have been touched by Spirit. May peace be within your heart. Yadira, much heat has been added to your neck. It is no more than muscular pain. So next week, we will continue with the last two disciples. I recommend you all, if you so wish, to send to the medium with your name or without, or at least to send to the Creator something you are grateful for. You'll find that if you express it, then, of course, it will become manifest. And without a name, we will read them next week briefly, so just a few words. You are grateful for your cat, for your daughter. You're grateful for time alone, to be in a certain country, to be healthy, to be virus-free. You are grateful for living where you and how you are. It will be confidential. And then you will see what others are grateful for. And you'll see those who do not sin. See what others are grateful for and know that you are grateful also. This exercise of the 12 mystical disciples, if you wish, you'll find that this exercise of expressing your gratitude in this group, if you can, will bring spirit into your heart, into your room, and into the conversation that we will be having next week. You'll bring the love, the peace. For some, you may feel tears in your eyes next week as you hear that some are grateful for the smallest thing that you failed to see. The gratitude to spend the final few moments, weeks or months with someone that you have grown to know as your best friend. The gratitude that you can feel and see and connect with love in your heart. So send the medium anything you wish to say you are grateful for, but no names will be mentioned. But say it with something that is in your heart. And it will bring you all just a little closer together. God bless you all. I am grateful for being here. Till next week.